accuracy, but then again, I feel like most of the guns in this game don't need this much accuracy, so what are you going to do about it? This gun is still a menace. It is still so broken. I've talked about it. I mean, look at this, dude. It's like a super nerfed gun. It's been nerfed like 2 or 3 times. This is not even its true form, but if you could probably tell, look at that. All right, so hello gamers and welcome back to another video. So today I'm going to be ranking my top 5 assault rifles and phantom forces. Make sure to like and subscribe if you're new. Let's go for 1,000 likes on this video and I'll make a top 5 of a different category. Let me know in the comments which category I should do next and comment your top 5 if you have any suggestions or different picks down below. Yeah, let's just jump right into it. So the first one is a pretty low range and very good assault rifle. It's a little bit different from the other ones, and that is the M16A1. The M16A1 is a pretty new gun. It's probably one of the most fun assault rifles in the entire game because it has kind of high recoil, but not a terrible recoil pattern, fast reload speed, and really fast rate of fire. But yeah, the M16A3 is a fast velocity, alright damage, and really good range, and very fast firing assault rifle. So it's kind of like an assault rifle PDW hybrid. The disadvantages are the recoil, magazine capacity, and that's kind of about it. The damage is pretty solid. It's not going to be a 3-hit kill unless you're running hollow point, but it's going to be a 4 to a 5, which for 950 RPM is really not bad. And as you can see, the recoil is not too bad either. Not gonna lie, like there is kind of downsides to this gun, but there really isn't at the same time. It does have a conversion to make it have more damage, and that one's pretty good, but it's kind of just like a little bit more like generic. It only has 800 RPM, which is pretty normal for an assault rifle, especially an M16, because the M16A3 and C7 have that fire rate. It does do more damage, but it has worse recoil and a 30-round mag and a slower reload time. So the default ammo and the conversion are both very good, but I do not recommend that one overall because I kind of prefer default ammo. And with default ammo, this gun is really freaking good. But next up, at the number 4 spot, we have the Type 20. In this spot, I was actually going to put the Scar L, but then I kind of thought about it a little bit more, and I'm like, Scar L is still really good, 9mm is still really good on it, but yeah, the Type 20 slightly edges it out because the Type 20 is basically a Scar L, a little bit more recoil, but better rate of fire by a little bit, better damage, and the same hits to kill over range if you hit torso. So yeah, the Scar L is a 4 to 4 shot, which makes it a really consistent and good assault rifle, but the Type 20 shoots slightly faster, has about the same reload speed, magazine size is the same, reserve ammo is the same, but it has higher velocity, penetration depth, and damage. And yeah, the Type 20 can be a 5-hit kill over range, but it's going to be a 2-shot headshot, 3-shot body, down to a 5-hit kill and a 4-shot kill torso. So yeah, overall, you kind of got to give it to the Type 20. The only disadvantage is, I guess, the recoil isn't quite as good, but yeah, the Type 20 is pretty accurate. When it came out, the Type 20 recoil was pretty solid, and it still was able to 4-hit kill torso, but it had to be only torso shots, which made it not really that great. But they decided to give it a little bit of a buff where, yeah, now it can 4-hit kill because it has a better torso multi way easier. It can 4-hit kill with less than 4 torso shots, probably more like 2 torso shots, which is not too bad. You can hit a guy twice in the foot and twice in the biggest hitbox on the body, the chest or torso, and it will kill in 4 hits. Pair that with the velocity, the recoil being good, everything like that, and yeah, you got an amazing gun on your hands because, yeah, it can 2-hit kill as well. So in pretty close range, you can actually kill with 2 shots, which makes the time to kill less than 0.1 in close range. So there's really no disadvantage of this gun. As you can see, all ranges basically a laser beam. Like, you can hit your shots with it, which is pretty crazy. Is it going to be the most consistently accurate gun in the game? No. But for the damage that this gun puts out, accuracy is not bad at all. It's one of the most accurate assault rifles in the game. The AUGs, the Scar L, the AN-94 are going to beat it out, but not by a ton, you know? Once you get down to these really accurate guns, it's kind of difficult for them to be that much more accurate. The AN-94 is significantly more accurate, but in terms of hitting shots, is it going to hit that many more shots? Probably not. The only times that the AN-94 is going to need that kind of accuracy is going to be like 400 studs away, because at like 300 you're still going to hit your shots with this gun as well. As you can see, it's just good in every way, you know? There's really no disadvantage to using it, and that's why it's definitely one of, if not the best assault rifle in the game. Personally, I don't think it's the best. I do prefer a few other guns, but you can definitely see why this gun is so incredibly good. When it came out, it didn't have as good recoil, and it didn't have as good of a torso multi, and it was still pretty good. But yeah, it has great headshot multi, it has a torso multi. It also has a 60-round drum mag if you want that, extended mag if you want that, an integral suppressor, which will increase your damage and stuff. Overall, it's got a ton of really interesting ways to run the gun, which makes it not only more fun to use, but more versatile. You can run it in more ways, and you'll have some stuff to work up to because 60-round drum is pretty expensive. But next up, we have the AUG A3. Honorable mention to the AUG A2 as well, but yeah, the AUG A3 is a little bit better. You might be wondering, why do I think the AUG A3 is better than the AUG Type 20? And the reason for this is kind of simple. The Type 20 and the AUG A3 have a pretty similar 3-hit kill. If you're hitting all torso shots, it's going to be better to use the Type 20, and if you're not hitting torso shots, headshots, the AUG A3 is going to be better. But the main reason here is basically just the fact that this has laser beam recoil, pretty similar overall, but it's the biggest thing that makes the difference here, and that is the RPM difference. This gun has 70 more RPM, which is just enough to actually be significantly more noticeable. If I were to take off the ARS suppressor, you could definitely tell. Really quickly, I will, as you can see. Way faster rate of fire. If you want to get a 4-hit kill with this gun, it's not that difficult, but you have to hit headshots. It's not going to be able to do that to the body, which is definitely the big advantage of the Type 20, as well as the Type 20 having more damage up close, although they're both a 3-hit kill, and the Type 20 having, you know, more overall, like, nice advanced stats, like better multipliers, because this has no torso multi. In terms of multis, it's very generic, very average, nothing bad, but the high velocity, not as high as the Type 20, but very, very close, only 150 difference here. 2500 versus 2650, you're really not going to notice any difference in that, unless it's placebo, because like it's not really that much of a difference. But the fact that this has more RPM just means basically better body TTK, more powerful CQC gun. And yeah, this gun would be good even if it didn't have a 3-hit kill, and it used to not have a 3-hit kill. It used to do 32 instead of 34. It was still really, really good, and I really liked the gun, and I had plenty of kills on it, a few hundred at least. But now I've been really liking it because of this buff, and yeah, the buff was not really necessary because this gun was pretty good as is. In fact, it was a really good gun. Like, it did not need a buff, and they gave it a buff. So yeah, 4 to 5 hit kill with 21 min is really nothing to be ashamed of. In fact, most guns that have a 3-hit kill when it comes to automatic and especially fast firing guns are either high recoil, have less RPM than this, or are a 6-hit kill over range. This is none of those, you know? It's got good RPM, good range, good damage, really good recoil, great velocity. Is it going to be always better than the Type 20? I've already talked about. There are reasons to use the Type 20 over this gun. Overall, I do prefer this to the Type 20, but that's just my opinion. I could definitely see why a person would prefer the Type 20 because the Type 20 is great. That's why they both deserve a spot on this list, in my opinion. But yeah, the AUG A3 for you. Honorable mention to the AUG A1 and A2. They're definitely top 10, if not top 5 on their own. The AUG A3 is kind of the best of all of them, in my opinion. AUG A2 has a cool 7.62 conversion with a really fast TTK, and the AUG A1 has the 9mm conversion, does 24 min, and it's a good gun too. Now, next up, we have the number 2, possibly number 1, but definitely not the gun you were thinking of. It's the G11. The G11 definitely deserves a spot on this list, but I didn't want to give it number 1, but you could definitely make an argument for it being the number 1 assault rifle in the game, or number 1 DMR sniper in the game, because it's not really much of an assault rifle. It has an automatic mode that's terrible, don't ever use it, but it does have a 3-round burst, and the 3-round burst can 3-hit kill up to 90 studs to the body and 3-hit kill to the head at any range. So basically, if you hit the entire burst, it's going to kill in close range with 1 shot to the body essentially, and 1 shot to the head in long range. You're probably like, wait, 1 shot though? But as you can see, that's a burst there. That's 3 shots, but you guys probably know, I've talked about it in other videos. Basically, the way the G11 works is the bolt is receding as you're firing, so the bolt doesn't actually finish going back until the 3rd shot has been fired. So because of this delayed burst, you basically don't get the recoil until you're done firing the burst, which basically means that the burst has no recoil until the end. Most guns will fire the burst, but it's basically like firing a normal gun. You're just firing locked on 3, you know? But with the G11, you're firing 3 bullets and then you feel the recoil, instead of like the M16A4 where you feel it after every single shot in the burst. So that's why this gun is so broken, is because all 3 shots, as long as you're not like moving your cursor super fast during it, are going to land in the same spot. So that's why this is killing so many people so easily. It's because if the person isn't like super far and moving directly perpendicular to you, you're not moving your cursor super fast, basically most fights, you're going to be hitting all 3 shots in a row, which basically means it's gonna 1-shot kill. If you want a normal assault rifle, it does have an auto mode, which is, I think, more accurate now, right? I mean, that's pretty accurate. It used to be like super inaccurate, but yeah, the burst is definitely the best way to run this. And if you place that on the guy's head, it'll 1-shot them, which is super good. And as you can see, that was 3 hit markers there. And yeah, it was enough to put the guy super low. So that did 93 there, like just that. Anybody who's good with this gun can be an absolute menace. I mean, I'm going 46-19. That's not that good, but I've been doing pretty well with this gun. Keep in mind, I don't use this gun too much. I had a small period of time where I was going crazy with it, getting like 7 KD games and stuff with it. And I do recommend it heavily. Like, it's a really fun gun. But then last up, we have 2 guns, but kind of just 1. The first one is the M16A3, and I don't think this is the best assault rifle in the game, but it's too similar to the other gun for me to put it somewhere else on the list. But it's really good too, probably like number 6 or something. But the number 1 assault rifle is, of course, the C7A2. They've nerfed this plenty of times, but it just has like everything you could kind of want from an assault rifle, so it's really hard for this to not be like number 1. It has good range, it has pretty solid damage, not great, good headshot damage, really good recoil, great rate of fire, great penetration, really freaking good velocity. There's genuinely nothing you could really want from a gun that the C7 doesn't have, other than the fact that I guess it's a 6-hit kill to the body over range, but because it's so accurate, the velocity is so high, it doesn't really matter. With 20 tacks, it's basically 3000 velocity, 1.3 0.35 studs of pen, a headshot multiplier that allows it to do 44.28 damage up to 80 studs. And yeah, it doesn't have as good range as it used to have, but this gun is really good. Also, they finally fixed the sound effect and they made it the old one again, which is great because like old sound effect was kind of better on this gun, I'm not gonna lie. I have like a ridiculous amount of kills from when this was super freaking broken. I have 2,000 kills on it, but as you can probably tell, it is an absolute laser beam, has crazy headshot multi. There's literally like nothing bad about it other than the fact that like, yeah, if you hit only body shots at range, and I'm talking 170 studs, which is really not bad, it is going to be a 6-hit kill, but just hit a single headshot and you're good. Hit a couple headshots, it can be down to like a 3-hit kill all ranges, I think, which is, you know, really good. This gun is really difficult to get balanced, and I don't feel like it should have this much accuracy, but then again, I feel like most of the guns in this game don't need this much accuracy, so what are you gonna do about it? This gun is still a menace. It is still so broken. I've talked about it. I mean, look at this, dude. It's like a super nerfed gun. It's been nerfed like 2 or 3 times. This is not even its true form, but if you could probably tell, look at that. I've not even gotten a single kill with this gun in like months, by the way, and I have almost 3,000 kills. I didn't even know that. If you use this gun, your kills will just breeze by, dude. You will not even notice how many kills you're getting. I used this for like a few days, you know, check like 2 weeks later, and yeah, I had 2,000 kills on the gun. I was like, what? How do I have that many kills? I'm going 11-2 right now, and I'm recording, and I do worse when I'm recording because I'm talking, and I'm against like 7 different above rank 100 players right now. So I'm not against just random people. I mean, it is kind of just, you know, random lobby, but you know what I mean? It's not like rank 2s. I'm not in like a bot lobby or something right now. There's people that have played the game. That just goes to show how broken this gun can be and is. I used Delta quite a bit on it, and I used like, ooh, wow, it can pen through that. That's actually kind of crazy though. Number 1 assault rifle. Oh yeah, like if I really wanted to do well, this is probably the gun I would use on every map in the game because it doesn't matter what range you're running this thing at. It's just accurate and it fires quickly. So yeah, it doesn't do as much damage as like the Type 20 or the AUG A1, but it has the full auto RPM, the good ranges, not as good as it used to be because before at long barrel, it used to have a 300 stud min range. Yeah, but anyways, gamers, that just about does it for the video. If you guys did enjoy, make sure to like and subscribe if you're new, but I will see you guys in the next one. Wow, okay, it can shoot through that. But yeah, have a nice day, guten Tag or whatever. Wait, does that mean goodbye or hello? I don't care. Goodbye.